Hey everyone, John Henry here, slingshotfutures.com, and welcome to the Market Mindset, where we take a look at the psychology behind the moves today so we can better understand tomorrow. And today we're taking a look at the SP 500. Now, the S&P was a little slow. Didn't really get a ton of movement today, and really that just means that we're looking to trade it as a range, right? Buy low, sell high, stay out of the middle as much as possible. Now, when it comes to the highs and lows, first of all, we need to zoom out a little bit and kind of define them. Where do they fit the best? Where do they not look so great? And where are we starting to see the buyers and sellers really start to initiate? So if we zoom out a little bit, we can obviously see there is a huge chunk of support coming down at the lows. And it could be drawn up in a lot of different ways. Originally, you would have it drawn up probably something like this, going across the lows. And when we finally get a confirmation back here, that proves that it's more likely towards the top edge of that area. So we know that we have a potential location of support. Now, they did also define the lows, right? If we draw across, we can see that they defined the highs, they defined the lows, defined the highs, define the highs again, define the highs again. You get the idea, right? So both sides of it are applicable. It just depends on which one they want to respond off of. And then if we zoom back a little bit towards the highs, we can also see that there was one coming across right here, and there was also one at the highs, right? Now the highs I like a lot because they tried to get a push higher, they failed, and reversed right back down, and that was on that huge bump in everything, really, and it completely failed. So obviously there is something here of interest. So what we're looking for is the market to return to those areas. Early this morning, shortly after the stock exchange opened, it took a quick dip down into both 60-minute support and the bottom of that range, and it had an immediate reversal back up. Now, the reversal back up happened on a doji. A lot of times dojis, that's not really what you want to see, but in this case, we have a little bit of extra confirmation of both 60-minute support and range lows, and a failure. All of the wick in this place took place on the bottom 60 or so percent of that candle, and that's showing a major rejection of the bottom, and that's what you want to see when you're coming off of the range lows. Now, if you're not a big fan of the range low buy on a doji, you do have the follow-up candle, which is phenomenal as well, both of which were totally applicable types of trades. One getting in a little bit later, more buying towards the middle, which is why I like buying above the doji, because you're getting in as early as possible. Now, when we zoom back and we look a little further, and we can see that they come back towards those highs, they have an immediate snap failure. Now, I do have an arrow drawn on that one, but in all honesty, I'm not a huge fan of it because it is fairly early, and we just came off of an aggressive rip higher. Now, you may be saying, well, this was a little bit early as well. It was, right? But this one coming off of the highs was early in the sense that we are coming off of a low straight to a high. And very frequently when you have that quick snap from one edge to the other, they can test that other side a couple times before finally deciding what they want to do. Like we always say in the room, context is everything. So there is a markup there, and you could have sold it. I know a couple people will have, and it doesn't necessarily bother me, but you have to play it really safe when you're dealing with those types of moves. When we came back to it, though, and we tested it again to the tick this time and failed back lower, that is the one that I like the most for a beautiful sell side back down, and it worked out beautifully. So again, when it comes down to it, ranges are relatively easy, buy low, sell high, but a lot of context has to come into play before you start making trading decisions. So a great day overall, a good combination of technical analysis along with market psychology. Hopefully you found it useful, hopefully you found it interesting, maybe a little entertaining, and we'll see you next time.